It's 22. What you gonna do? It's your boy, Larry Long Jr. I'm happy to be here. And I just want to say thank you to the whole Rev Genius team, to Jared, to Bree, to Vanessa, to Anna, to the entire team. Now, I'm here to give you a jolt. I hope you're ready to get your jolt. We're going to take you to sales, personal, business success in 2022 and beyond. And my question is, what you going to do in 2022? Now, I know it's not safe to assume. They said, hey, Larry, you don't want to assume because that'll make a yeah out of you and me. But I'm going to make two quick assumptions. Assumption number one is that you're here right now. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here right now because you want a jolt. You want to get zapped, to get put back on track, to achieve your inner greatness. Is that accurate? I hope so. I hope that's why you're taking the time to join today. Assumption number two is that you want to be the best that you can be. And I would imagine that, and correct me if I'm wrong, shoot me a DM. If I'm wrong, I would imagine that there's room for improvement. If you're already at the top of your game and there's no room for improvement, hey, I'm going to give you a hot take. Go ahead and exit and write a book and let me know about it because I'm trying to figure it the freak out. Figure it the freak out. But if you're still here, I take it that you want to be the GOAT. You want to be your best GOAT, the greatest of all time. Well, guess what? It's attainable. It's out there at your fingertips. It's got your name on it. It's waiting for you. And I know some of y'all are saying, oh, Lord, what is this? The Black Tony Robbins? We've heard this before. In the words of Kevin Garnett, when the Celtics won the the NBA championship, anything is possible. Well, yes, you're absolutely correct. And in addition to that, I'm going to give you tangible actions, tangible, tactical things that you can do to level your game up. So let's roll. Some of y'all are wondering, who is this guy that's trying to give us a jolt? Well, I am the author of a book called Jolt. Get zapped into intentionality, rediscover, and believe in your inner greatness. I'm a big believer that we all have inner greatness inside, but sometimes we get off track. Sometimes we lose it. Sometimes we don't believe in it. Now, don't make me put my blue blocker glasses on because I'm going to help you find it. It's electric. I feel like I'm at a family reunion doing the electric slide. We're going to give you that zap, that jolt to get you back on track. Now, allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Larry Long Jr., CEO, that's Chief Energy Officer of LLJR Enterprises. Yes, I played baseball at University of Maryland. Go Terps, batter up. I don't know if there's any baseball fans out there, but I'm loving the playoffs. And as you look at my career, I've worked for large companies, publicly traded companies, mid-sized companies, as well as small startups. But now I have the opportunity to invest in sales professionals, revenue professionals to help them elevate their game, to get their minds right so that they can achieve everything that they want to achieve. Now, before we get started, I want to say thank you for getting us kicked off, Amelia and Jared. Excellent job. Amelia, I'm trying to make your list. I didn't get a shout out, but it's all good, baby. But I just want to know, go ahead and pull out something to write with. Hopefully you have a pen and pad. I want to know, what's your intention? Let's go ahead and set intention. Why are you here today and tomorrow for RevCon? What are you hoping to take away? Let's go ahead and let's get intentional and let's think about, what am I trying to get out of these next 2 days? What am I trying to get out of this jolt session? This will be a success if ... Go ahead and fill that in. Let's take 15 seconds. Now, as we turn our sights to the rest of 2022 and beyond, I want to know, for you, this will be a successful year if blank. What is it that you're trying to accomplish? What is it that you're trying to achieve in 2022? What you're going to do in 2022 to make it a success? Let's go ahead and outline that right now as well. Now, just some background. When I get over here, I'm going into my midday motivational minute. This is episode number 129. I've done it the last 129 weeks, just sharing some inspiration, some motivation, some transformation. And I'm excited to share that with you right now. Now, as I look into 2022 and beyond, I see that there's 3 key areas to help you get into your greatest self. Number 1, it's your vision. It's your mission. It's your plan. Where are we heading? What story are we telling ourselves as we traverse along this journey? Number 2, who's your team? Who are you rolling with? Who's got you covered? Who are you supporting and who's supporting you? Hercules. And number 3, I'm not sponsored by Nike, but I think they say it. Help me out now. Yeah, just do it. We've got to execute. We've got to go for it. So we're going to document. We're going to go ahead and get started with document. I want you to pull out something to write with. And I just want to know, what story are you telling yourself? What's your current vision? What are your goals? What's your plan as you think about 2022? Short term, we got less than 3 months, and beyond. What you going to do? Who are you going to be in 2023? Let me tell you a quick story. This is probably 17 years ago. I'm dating myself. I don't know if you can see the gray hairs, but I worked for a company called SageWorks. They're now called Abrigo. And every day I had to pick up this 500-pound phone and make 150 ice cold calls to CPAs, to accounting firms. Woo-wee. I've been through some slumps in my life playing baseball, but I've never been in a slump where I got one sign up in 770 something calls. I said, oh my goodness, what did I get myself into? It had me questioning my life choices. Larry, what are you doing? 150 ice cold calls, getting hung up on, getting beat up, not interested. Boop, don't ever call back. Boop. I had one accountant in New Jersey. I'll never forget this. He said, Larry, I got something for you. I said, uh-oh, I'm about to ring that little bell. I'm about to get a sign up. Ooh, I got blindsided. He said, Larry, I want you to put on a pair of concrete shoes and jump off a bridge. I said, oh, good googly muggly, savage. I looked through our manual, our objections, and I said, how am I supposed to handle that objection? Well, lo and behold, there wasn't a way for me to handle that objection. So I said the first thing that came to mind. I said, God bless you too. And then I hung up. Now imagine, how am I supposed to battle back and make that next call when I get a savage response? Well, I had to change my perspective. I had to change the story, the narrative that I was telling myself, that I'm interrupting these folks during their day. No, I'm not. I'm providing them the opportunity to serve their small business clients, to help their small business clients not end up like me, broke and out of business. I had a baseball academy that lasted for 1.5 years. We failed because we didn't understand the numbers you need for business. But for you, I encourage you to change your perspective. I encourage you to write a positive story about your goals, about your vision, your mission, your perspective, your principles. Now, I think we've all heard of SMART goals. Ding! Supposed to be smart. Someone help me out. SMART. I think it's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. What time is it for my North Carolina peoples? It's bow time. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, fried chicken and biscuits. Well, I'm going to give you a hot take. I think that SMART goals are dumb. My mom told me never to call anyone dumb, but I'm calling SMART goals dumb. And here goes why. I think that they limit us. I like the S, specific. I like the M, measurable. And I even like the T, time bound. But I hate, with a capital H, I hate attainable. I hate realistic. And here goes why. Who's to say what's attainable? I'm not. Who's to say what's realistic? If I believed what was realistic, I would have never written the book JOLT. You can talk to any of my English teachers, middle school, high school, even in college. And if you told them Larry Long Jr. is an author, they would say, hold up, where's Ashton Kutcher? Am I getting punked? There's no way that guy wrote a book. His English is terrible. But guess what? I had a dream. I'm not Martin Luther King Jr., but I dream big. And I encourage you to dream big as well. So here goes the exercise I want you to do. On your sheet of paper, I want you to write just one BHAG. Now, I'm not calling you names, but that's a big, hairy, audacious goal. Let's go ahead and document what's that BHAG for the next 2.5 months. What is it that everyone around you would say, that's impossible? Well, let's break down the word impossible. I am possible. Let's go ahead and document what that BHAG is as we dream big. Hold up. Wait a minute. Dream bigger. Let's take it up a notch, whatever it is. Let's go ahead and document it. Now, let's not stop there. Let's go ahead and get the ball rolling. All I want to know are what are the first 2 steps? What are the first 2 actions that you need to take in order to take a step towards that BHAG? What's number 1? What's the one thing that you can start doing right now, today? I think it's John Maxwell. He's got this law of diminishing intent, where essentially it sounds good right now. Hey, Larry, that sounds good. Yeah, I hear you clearly. But then tomorrow comes, and then the next day comes, and life gets in the way, and we forget about those actions, those steps that we need to take to accomplish that BHAG. So what's number 1 that you're committed to starting right now, today, to get you on track to the BHAG? What's number 2? Houston, we got a problem because we're rolling. Once I get number 1 down, watch out, because once I get the second step down, I'm on my way. So I encourage you to document not just the plan, not just the vision, not just the mission, but also the actions behind it. Now I want to break the brain. And I've been doing an exercise with my coach. What's going on, Coach Kristen Frade? I don't know if anyone else works with a coach, but if you're not, I strongly encourage it. I encourage you to have mentors, many mentors, and we'll talk about that as we talk about the team you surround yourself with. But we've been working on an exercise around complaints. And I ask you, what are some of the major complaints in your life? I know for me, missing quota. Don't want to miss quota. I looked at a report from RepView. It's over 50% of people are missing their quotas now. What's up with that? Another complaint I have is my weight. Yeah, I want to have my 6-pack abs. You can't get 6-pack abs when you eat fried chicken. Like I said, it's bow time. No time like bow time. But when you look at the complaint, we've started to reframe. I know there's a saying, it is what it is. My golf buddy, Marcus Hawkins, he says, it is what it was. Well, those statements, that phrase right there takes the control away from you. It's pretty much allowing you to just settle in and say, hey, whatever the universe throws at me, it is what it is. No, I'm going to give you a jolt right now, because that is not the case. It doesn't have to be that way. So the verbiage that we're using is, it is what it is, because that's exactly how I want it. Ooh, I'm going to repeat it for the people in the back. Can you hear me now? It is what it is, because that's exactly how I want it. Here goes how that works. I'm 25 pounds overweight, because that's exactly how I want it. I'm taking control. When you look at my diet, and actually I'm not on a diet, I'm on a try it. Yeah, I'll try that. Hey, I'll try that too. There's no mystery behind why I'm 25 pounds overweight. But like I asked you before, what you going to do? Not what are you going to think about? Not what are you going to moan and complain about? But what are you going to do? Hey, Larry, Are you going to mix in a salad? Are you going to eat some green leafies? Or are you going to keep killing yourself with fried foods? I missed my quota because that's exactly the way I want it. See, you have control. And we know as revenue generators that we can control the controllables. There's things within our fingertips. There's things that we can do each and every day to pull the lever. Now, does that guarantee success? No, but it puts us in a position and allows us to be on the path for success. So we're talking about food. I want to know, what did you eat yesterday? What were you grubbing on? Yeah, some good stuff, I hope. Hopefully you have some leftovers to share. But yes, when we speak about controlling the controllables, you can control what you eat. You can control the E is your emotions. The A is your actions, what you do and how you do it, also known as your attitude. Do you have an attitude of gratitude, or are you kind of going through life just, it is what it is? Oh, the economy. Oh, what's going on? Woe is me. No, let's be empowered. Let's use empowered language. And the T is how you treat other people. Who did you help today? I know for some of y'all that are on the West Coast, it's super early. Who are you going to help today? Who are you going to serve today? I know sometimes it's easy to have that one-track mind and be what I call a me monster. No, I want you monsters. In the words of Bob Berg, I want go-givers, people that wake up every day inspired to inspire others. And there's a quick, some of y'all might have heard of this. It's called the hashtag 3-minute challenge. This is something that we can all do. But if we look in the mirror, what's holding us back? It's the person in the mirror. I should have been a lawyer. I'm asking questions I already know the answer to. Hashtag 3-minute challenge. Take 3 minutes to find one person in your Rolodex. No, some of y'all are like, Rolodex? Is that the fancy watch? Nah, that's a Rolex. For all my hipsters out there, oh, goodness. Your Rolodex is your contact list in your phone. Find one person, and I want you to take 3 minutes to figure out how can you surprise and delight them. I'll give you an example. Jared Robin, you're my hashtag 3-minute challenge today. I'm going to go to my best friend Google. I'm going to Google Back to the Future. I know you got the Back to the Future car in your profile pic. I'm going to send it over to you in a LinkedIn message. I might even send an audio. I might even send a video. Might even throw on my stunner shades to get you to laugh, to let you know I was thinking about you. Hey, Jared, saw this Back to the Future machine, this vehicle, thought that you might enjoy it. I want to go ahead and put a smile on your face. Now, talking about all this food, I hope you're hungry. I hope you're hungry for success. And I want to know right now, your brand. If we were to look at your personal brand, how could that be defined in one word? One of my former reps, Nathan Bird, worked with him at Channel Advisor. He's now a sales director there. His one word was relentless. Nathan is from Nantwich, England, north of England. Came here to play soccer. I had the opportunity to play soccer with him. Ooh, I was so out of shape. It was terrible. But essentially, when he played soccer, he was relentless playing defense. Well, he transitioned that from the pitch to the boardroom with sales. He was relentless every day. He was focused on making calls, sending emails, learning something new. What you gonna do to learn something new? Practicing his craft, engaging with those folks around that could lift him up, that could teach him a thing or two to elevate his game. So my question to you is, who's your A team? Who are you rolling with? Who are you helping to inspire you? Who are you surrounding yourself with to inspire and lift you up, to take you to that next level? Once you got your A team, we're ready to go. We're taking it back to basics. We've got to execute. Yes. We've got to, for the A, we got to take action, hold ourselves accountable. B, we got to believe. I think Journey said it best. Don't stop believing. Yes. With the C, we've got to have confidence. We've got to have courage. We got to care. It's the give a damn factor. Can you really say that you care? And if you do care, do your actions tell me that you care? My mom always said, Larry, your actions speak so loud. I can't hear what you're saying. What are you doing to show people that you care? Your communication. Can you hear me? What's your written communication look like? Yes, your commitment. When you're committed, you move in a whole different way. It's taking ownership, it's owning the outcome. Now, I'm not going to stop there. I told you ABCs, back to the basics, and we're going to just do it. But are we dreaming? We went through our BHAG. Dream bigger. Every day, I encourage you to dream. Dream bigger. Find out other people's dreams and figure out how you can serve them. The E, coming from the Chief Energy Officer, your energy. You can control your energy. Hopefully you took your vitamins in the morning. Hopefully you had your apple a day to keep the doctor away when you step up in the room, or the Zoom, or the Goldcast. I love this platform too. Do you bring the energy, or do you suck the energy out of the room? I hope it's not the latter. Uh-oh, Houston, we have a problem. The millennials told me, YOLO, Larry. I said, what did you call me? Don't make me pull my bat out on you. They said, no, it's a good thing. You only live once. Are you having fun? Yes, you got to have fun with this life. You only have one life to live. I encourage you, don't take it for granted. Now we're going to keep going for the G. Are you grateful? Do you have an attitude of gratitude? Do you practice that? Yes. I don't know if Allen Iverson is around, but we're talking about practice. Do you communicate? Do you document what you're grateful for? Do you let other people know that you're grateful for them in your life? Yes, it makes your life so much more meaningful to have an attitude of gratitude, to be grateful. The H, happy. Pharrell's not in the house, but I hope you're happy. The I is intentional. Yes, we want to be intentional with everything that we do. We want to do it with a joyful spirit. Be happy in what you do. And like Nike said, just do it. So I took you all through the ABCs and we went all the way to J. But when I look for a sales rep, when I look at the qualities of the top notch, the greatest of all time sales reps, I use an acronym called EPIC. The E is that entrepreneurial spirit. I was just watching Shark Tank. We watch it at dinner almost every evening. My kids love it as well. Do you have that entrepreneurial spirit? I know you get a paycheck from whatever company you work for. For me, I own the company, but it's having that entrepreneurial spirit in whatever you do, taking ownership of the outcome. The P, preparation, planning. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. It's the practice. Yes, the master P. Practice. When was the last time you practiced your skills? When was the last time you worked on honing your abilities to be the best that you can be in off hours? I know that we want to have that work-life balance, but sometimes in order to be our best, we have to put in that extra effort. The I is that internal drive. It's that internal desire. It's that hunger to be the best that we can possibly be. And C, I mentioned a bunch of C's before, but the big one is commitment. Are you committed to being the best that you can be? Can you look in the mirror at night and say, I did everything in my power today to show that commitment to being the best that I can possibly be? Now, when I look at it from a sales lens, there's really 5 buckets. There's really 5 stars that I look at for my sales and revenue producing, revenue generating folks. Those 5 areas. Number 1 is the company that you work for. How well do you know it inside and out? Do you know the mission, the vision, the core values? Do you understand who you serve and why you serve them? Do you know your allies inside and outside of the organization? How well do you know your colleagues? I know that we're in this virtual world. Have you made an effort? Have you been intentional with making sure you bridge those relationships, both inside and outside? That's company, number 1. Number 2 is the industry. In industries, do you understand the trends? What's going on? What's the pulse? What are the hot buttons that are going on within the industry right now, as well as in the future? Once you understand the industry, product, yes, product-led growth. What's going on? Do you understand your product inside and out? And what are you doing to continue up-leveling your skills around the product? Number 4, tools and resources. Oh, look at the tech stack. My head explodes when I think about all the tools and resources that are out there from a tech stack perspective. Well, it's great to have all these tools on your tool belt, but how well can you use it? Are you using them to the max? That is the question. And number 5, it's your sales skills. What are you doing to up-level your sales skills? As you look at the 5 buckets, the 5 stars, I want you to go ahead and think about, where are you today? Are you beginner level? Are you intermediate level? Are you subject matter expert level? Ooh, that's a thought leader right there. Where are you? And what can you do to level up? Company, industry, product, tools and resources, and your sales skills. I hope your intention was to build your sales skills. That's why you're here at RevCon 2022. I hope your intention is to grow your network, to build community, to support the community. And it works both ways for you to get knowledge from that community as well. There's a saying, and I need your help. It's not what you know, but it's who you know. That's the traditional saying. But in my Steve Harvey Family Feud voice, survey says, nah, it's not what you know, and it's not even who you know. It's who knows you, and who trusts you, and who believes in you that really makes things happen. So as we look at it from that lens, from that perspective, I encourage you to serve others every day. Hashtag 3-minute challenge. I encourage you to serve yourself. Make sure you got your mind, your body, your soul, and your spirit right. Making sure you're getting good rest, making sure you've got the right diet, making sure that you're moving each and every day. These are the basics. These are things that we all can do. Yes, you can do it. It's right there at your fingertip to bring out the best of your abilities. So as we look out for the next 2.5 months and then 2023, I challenge you right now to take those steps, to rewrite that narrative, to up-level your vision, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, to go ahead and surround yourself with positive, uplifting people that are going to support you. Right now, as you look, and I think Jim Rohn says it best, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. From a professional perspective, go ahead and write down, who are those 5 people that you spend the most time with? Probably your boss, a few colleagues, a few former colleagues. Well, if we were to get intentional, would we prune some of those people because they're not adding value? They're not lifting us up? Yeah, I think so. And that's where that intentionality around your team, around your squad up, because we know that teamwork makes the dream work. And then the last item is taking action, which is oftentimes the toughest thing for us to do. It's easy to dream about it, to think about it, to noodle on it. I'm a noodler. I'm thinking about things all day, every day. But essentially, what are you going to do with those thoughts, with those dreams, with those goals and those aspirations? Are you going to let them fizzle and come up with excuses and be thinking about it is what it is because that's exactly the way I want it? Well, guess what? I don't think that's exactly the way that you want it. And it's in your control. So I encourage you to go ahead and take action. I hope that I was able to light a fire underneath you to get you kicked off and to get you started in this RevCon 2022. Joining the Rev Genius community, capturing all the information, the content, the community that's out there. Oh, it's powerful, but you've got to take action in order to get the most. So as I wrap up, I want to say thank you. I know that we still have about 10 more minutes of time, so I want to open it up to questions. I know that this has been one way. I've been talking at you. I've been spewing. I'm getting hot over here, blowing a lot of hot air, but I'm hopeful you're able to take at least one thing that you're going to put into action right now. Don't let it wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow might not come. Tomorrow it might not happen. And I just want to offer this out there. If there's anything that I can do to help you, to serve you along this journey, along this adventure, and sometimes in my world, it's a misadventure. Speaking of adventures, I'm about to hit the road for a 12-city, 18-day bus tour called Flip the Script. I would love to connect with you. New York, Boston, Raleigh, Nashville, Chicago, Atlanta, Dallas, Austin, Denver, Salt Lake City, LA, San Fran. Mind blown. I am happy to help. So let's open it up to questions. Let's see. What do we have? Vanessa, help me out. Do we have any questions in the house? I'm taking a look. Let's see. Video Q&A. I think we got a couple folks that want to ask questions. Das, are you out there? I don't know if we can get the questions in here. No questions on the text. Randy, I see Randy. And Das, what's going on, Jared? Great to see you, my man.
Larry. I'm here to I'm just backstage watching one of the best humans / presenters. I'm like, should I get coffee or not? I said, if I get coffee and I get Larry, oh boy, I'm not going to bed tonight.
Jared, truly my honor, my privilege, my pleasure. I love what you're doing to support this amazing community. And this is just another example. I absolutely love it. Honored to be here.
Thank you, Larry. I wouldn't have it any other way than for you to kick us off. And everybody, Larry was here last year, kicked us off better than I could have imagined, much better than I. And so we're like, let's bring him back. We have Randy here. Randy, if you unmute yourself, camera's optional. Let us know what's up.
What's on your mind, Randy? I think the mute monster got Randy. Come on in. I know that right now, and I do some coaching with clients. I know that right now the economy is on a lot of people's mind. And Randy, come off of mute whenever. If anyone else has any questions, go ahead in the video Q&A, the text Q&A, let me know. But I know the economy is a big time question. What's going to happen around the corner? Company laying people off. How am I supposed to hit my goal? Well, guess what? I don't have the answers to all that, but I do have the answer on what you can do. Control the controllables. Make sure that you measure the bad news that you let come in. What are you eating? I try to limit my consumption of news, and I think they should call it bad news, because that's all they talk about is the bad news. And there's so much good stuff. There's actually so much great stuff. And Jared, that's why I love Rev Genius, because the community highlights all the amazing things that are going on.
We're conscious of the bad stuff, but we don't want to drown in it, right? Like we want to say, okay, a lot of layoffs just happened. That's real. What are we going to do to fix it?
Exactly. I love it. It's all about
questions. Let me give you a couple questions here, Larry. So first off, Curtis wants to know how and where did you hone your public speaking skills? Curtis is all in on Larry's presentation. Let's talk about that.
Oh man, Curtis, I've been talking my whole life. I think I came out the womb with 2 microphones. It's funny because I spoke at my son's middle school. My son just turned 13. And I told the kids, I used to get in trouble. I used to get sent to detention for talking. I got the gift of gab, and I really had to be intentional on listening, Curtis. There's a reason that we've all been blessed with 2 ears and 1 mouth, but I like to go and I like to serve. So it's really come from practice. I don't know if you're an Allen Iverson fan, but we're talking about practice. And I practice speaking all the time. And I just got to give props to Jared for allowing me the opportunity to share insights, to hopefully help someone. If I can help one person today, mission accomplished. There's a quote by Martin Luther King Jr. that I love. And it goes, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing to serve others?
Yeah.
If you can answer that question at the each of every day, hey, Larry, what did you do to serve someone else today? Whoo, lights out. You will be living a meaningful life. And the blessings, it's one of those things where you hear the more you give, the more you'll receive. The more you give with no intention of receiving, it's unbelievable just how much you receive. So great question, Curtis. I encourage you, talk as much as you can possibly talk. And if you want to talk to someone, hit me up, Curtis.
Two things on that. As I was like about to start here today, I thought about me not talking to anybody in pre-K, right? Like where to my parents, and I'm like, how do I go from that to here? And to Larry's point, that's out of control. Good. And, you just have to keep showing up, and that's so big. We have a few questions here on finding mentors. Like, one, where do you find them? Two, how do you know they're good, right? Because there's a lot of people that want to give, Larry, but like that might not be the right give for you.
Yeah. So mentors are everywhere. Mentors, many mentors, pretty much mentors that help you with certain areas, but it's kind of like therapy. At least my experience with therapy, you've got to find that right fit. So I encourage you to be intentional and outline, what are you looking for? Are you looking for someone that's been along the path that you've been on? Or are you looking for someone that's more seasoned and has gray? Some of my greatest mentors are a lot younger than me. And actually, two of them live in my house. My 13-year-old son, Trey, and my now 9-year-old daughter, Lucia. They tell me how it is from their perspective. So I do some mentoring at NC State, North Carolina State University, their entrepreneurship clinic. And a lot of times the students say, I don't know what value I have to add. So I'm looking for a mentor, but I also want to give them something. You can give them your perspective. I guarantee, almost guarantee, there's no guarantees in life, that your technical savviness, that your understanding of TikTok, of IG can help some of those OGs. So finding a mentor, I would make a list of who you want, what you're looking for in a mentor. And then you got to ask the question. I saw it in the chat. If you don't ask, the question is always, the answer is always no. My coach told me, she said, Larry, you're in sales. You should know this better than anyone. Healthy people ask for what they want. So if you're looking for help, ask for help. There's only two ways that it can go. Sure, I'll help you, or no. Oh, well, brush your shoulders off, on to the next one. I hope that helps.
I always say, like, one, if you don't say, forget even asking, if you don't say hello, they're not going to even know that you're there. So like, one, you have to let them know hello. And then two, ask. And you know what's funny? When you're going for mentors, unless their time is restricted, Larry, they're going to probably say yes more than they're going to say no. If they have no time, they have no time. But that's literally the only no I've ever got was because of time constraints.
That's right.
Not because they didn't want to help me. And I think you'll find that too, right?
And sometimes you got to get creative. Sometimes you got to get creative with your ask. And sometimes you got to give. You got to give them a little preview. And hey, most people have almost everyone that's had success has had help along the way. The people that you want as mentors are those that will say, hey, my time is limited, but I can give you 15 minutes at 6:30 a.m. Let's make that happen. Hey, if you really want it bad enough, you'll be there at 6:30 a.m.
Larry, you hit the nail on the head. And sometimes it's giving first, just so you could be in their sphere. Like when we started Rev Genius, or before, I was looking for a job and stuff, and I identified that Scott Leese was like somebody that I could learn from. Still can, right? So I said, what do you need help with? He goes, booking podcasts. I said, me, 38-year-old, whatever, 100% I will book podcasts for you. And I got him on podcasts. But you know what was happening? And he's super busy. He's responding to me, right? And sure enough, what ended up coming out of that, he was like one of the early advisors of RevG. Just give. give always. And you could have literally your icon, right? Like as a potential mentor. And I love your point, Larry, about like all around. I always said there's like a few kinds of mentors. One, short-term mentor. I want to get this promotion. So you find somebody that's gotten it, maybe in your org, right? Like, and you get mentored by somebody, you're like, hey, tell me how to get on the team with your manager. And that's like a 3-month thing, hopefully, maybe a little more. Then you have like the old sage mentor that's just going to like mentor you with life and like mentor you with your career. But then you have, and one of the biggest revelations to me was folks like Larry, like as pronounced as you and others, were coming to me when the Community Crush came out. They're like, Jared, they're cozying up next to me. They're like, we know you know something. I'm like, I don't know anything you know, but I might know one thing you don't. And that was kind of interesting.
That's right. So true. Hey, Jared, we got the lightning round. We got 3 minutes, and I got to turn it over to you.
Let's go.
Juan, how do you go about planning and reviewing your goals? Daily, weekly, quarterly, awesome talk, all of the above. Every day I have my top 3. Today, in the words in my Ice Cube voice, today was a good day. If I can knock off my top 3. And then on the weekends, I review what was I trying to accomplish that week. Now, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to keep it real. I'm not as diligent as I should be, but it's still a thought. I try to get intentional with making sure I follow through with those goals and those tasks to get me to my bigger vision. Great question right there. Omer, how do you vet mentors and trainers? Got to have that conversation. Yep. You got to have an understanding of what you're looking for. Murad, I appreciate it. How do you motivate a salesperson that has to sell a hard to sell product? I love it. Yeah, you want to be up for the challenge. You're there for a reason. So step up to the mic. Life is a 4-letter word. It's tough. Sales is a 5-letter word. It's even tougher. So you're selling something that's hard to sell, quote unquote. What value are you giving? What problems are you solving? Who are you making their life better? Look at it from that perspective. I love it. Randy, I apologize. Next year, hopefully we'll make a stop in Phoenix. Yeah, Super Bowl. Understood. Great question, Randy. Jared, he asked you, would there be a mentor?
There is chat mentorship in Slack. There is. Dale Z has been helping 6-week cohorts. The price is right. $0 to join our mentor program.
Wow, free 99. That's what I'm talking about, Willis.
But you have to show up. You don't show up, you're not going to come back, right? Like that, like we're giving you something. We need your time. Otherwise, it's not a fit.
You get out of it what you put into it. I love it. I love it. Abhishek, how do you find inspiration to keep pushing on the rainy days? It's tough. For me, my motivation is my family. It's the legacy of my father. I lost my father 6 years ago. So it's really every day that I wake up, I look at it as an opportunity. And that's my perspective. It's an opportunity to serve and to make someone else's life better, to bring a smile to someone else's life. When you look at it from that perspective, at least for me, ain't nothing holding me down. Can't nothing stop me. I don't care if it's a rainy day. I'm going to go outside and I'll be singing in the rain. I love it. And then final question, Elliot. Do you feel like you need to click with your mentor, or is business business? Business is business, but there's got to be some sort of connection. You don't have to be best buds, but there's got to be some sort of chemistry. There's got to be some sort of connection, at least for me. Some people, business is business. Hey, we don't have to be boys at all or girls at all. We don't have to be, but for me, I've got to have that connection in order to have someone who's really a mentor. You can be a mini mentor and, hey, I got a question about video. What you got? But for my mentors, there's got to be that connection. Hey, Jared, I'm going to pass the mic and mics back to you.
Everybody, Larry, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For everybody else, we're going to go to some of the sponsor booths to learn about them right now and breakout sessions there. And we have continued programming throughout the day. Stay in here. Go navigate there. We'll push you through as well. Larry, this has been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure. More so because I've known you for 2 years and I've seen the evolution of Larry. You're the same person. You just have a book now.
Hey, Jared, keep rocking and rolling, my man. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Bye now.